So I'm a former world champion boxer. So then this message is really for any professional athletes, because there's one thing that's guaranteed by being a professional athlete: it's going to finish. At some point it's going to stop. So then now what? So for me, I struggled with the transition from being an athlete to life out in the real world. I found that transition very, very difficult. I was so attached to my past. My identity was caught up in being Billy the boxer, and now I was just Billy, but I didn't really know who's Billy. I didn't really know who I was, because I started boxing when I was 8 years of age. So that was all I knew, and it was over. And I had to kind of leave that past, but I struggled. I really struggled. I went through I made so many mistakes, a lot of bad choices. I went through a period of depression. I went through a divorce. I went bankrupt. I lost everything. My home was repossessed. I had no money. But the thing was, I had no future. I couldn't see a future for myself outside of the boxing ring. So I was lost. I was empty. I was struggling. But the thing was, I really doubted I'd be that good at anything ever again. So that was the problem. So the first 2 years of my retirement were the worst 2 years of my life. I really struggled. But I kind of hit the bottom. And for some of us to wake up, we need a wake-up call. And mine was when I hit crashed at the bottom, and then I realised that who I was being as Billy the boxer just wasn't working anymore. What had me be a champion in the ring was having me fail outside of it. So I needed to rediscover who Billy was, and that was the journey that I've been on, just looking at who I am. I did the progressive workshop in London, and it was profound. So my experience, it left me with an experience, because I don't learn very well. I'm dyslexic. I don't read or write very well, but my best way of learning is through experience. And I was left feeling differently after the progressive. And the future occurred different. So that's what it left me with. So then that was the difference, that the future looked different. And the world was occurring different. I looked at meditation many, many years ago. I did transcendental meditation back in the day. I've done lots of stuff. I've done a lot of self-development stuff, lots of training, lots of stuff. I love it, because for me, it's like going to the gym. But it's not the boxing gym, it's the mind gym. And I love it, and that's my substitute. So I go to work here rather than here. So the work that we do here with Joe is extraordinary, and that's what I just feel for my brothers and sisters if they've been professional athletes, because I know what they're going to go through, and it's going to be some pain. But it's not only the pain that they're going to go through, but it's the pain that their families and everyone else goes through. It's a big impact. So it's about creating and designing a compelling and exciting future to live into, because we just get lost. And the work that we do here with Joe is just second to none. It gives you the tools for you to really access a future that you didn't even know was possible. So as a boxer, you're trained and conditioned not to show any emotions or feel anything, because it's a sign of weakness. So for us guys, especially men, us middle-aged men, we struggle to open our hearts. But for me this week, I've been in tears most of the time. It's just been beautiful. It's just been a real experience, and that's through Dr. Joe's work. That's what it's given me, and through the meditations, that elevated state, because I'm used to getting into that elevated state through training anyway. So it's kind of a natural place for me to get to. But then it's what else after that? It's about creating that future in that elevated state, and it's like looking at that stuff, which I didn't know how to do before. So that's the access I've got. Those tools, which are very valuable for athletes, because we're used to getting ourselves up, we get lifted and we go and do our thing. But then when that's gone, it's like, what do we do with that? And that's a great tool that we have, which is natural for us. But then what do we do with that? And if we can then have the tools and the know-how to create a future from that future, then we've got a chance.